Good morning, collective. I hope you guys are doing well. So I'm just gonna do a little something here with my mini fan diffuser, which I love because they have them in this beautiful white marble design. They have them in black as well. And these are the mini pods. This is actually Cocoa Lime by Scentsy. So if you guys have heard of Scentsy and you're wondering where you can purchase your own wax scents, diffusers, warmers, etc., everything will be linked down below because I'm a Scentsy Consultant. All right, guys, so moving on, we're going to pull 3 cards from the fairy tarot cards. I could never get it the first time. It's so rare that I get it right the first time. I don't know what that's about. Fairy tarot cards. So these 3 cards are going to crown the energy of your reading. It's going to be considered as part of your advice. And then, of course, we're going to close out with 3 cards from the Angel Tarot cards, also by Radley Valentine, as your overall advice. So we've got the 9 of Wands. It says, protect the fruits of your labors. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. Environmental conservation. So this is all about, the wounded warrior who is prepared to go back out into battle, but he's learned a lot from past mistakes. This is talking about someone who might be a little bit weary of trusting a situation or a person because they've been so hurt before. I just want to see what that is. Okay, the 5 of Wands. I only take flipping cards. So this is also saying you've come this far, don't give up now. This is someone who has a little bit of hope and faith left to try and give it another go, whatever that is. Of course, when you get to the 10 of Wands, that means you have reached the end of a burdensome journey. In the pre-shuffle, I must have seen the 10 of Wands about 3 times. So somebody here is pretty much almost at the end of a very difficult cycle here. Could have to do with a job. Maybe you've put in 10 plus years and you're almost at retirement, and you're thinking of retiring early, and Spirit's saying, don't do that. You've come this far, try and get that entire amount that you deserve to get for your retirement. For some of you, it's a relationship, anything in regards to your career, whatever it is. Spirit's saying, don't give up and protect the fruits of your labor. This is a very protective energy. Okay, so let's move this off to the side. Then we have the World card. This is closing out of old cycles, beginning of new cycles, a brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, and a journey that is now complete. And I don't know why I'm getting heavy like retirement, or someone's coming to the end of this cycle. I mean, it's here. It's here in the cards. And then the 4 of Cups, being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking someone or something for granted, and discontentment with life. So someone's feeling a little bit bored, a little bit like their needs are not met in a situation here. For some of you guys, you're almost at the 10 of Wands. You're almost at this point of closing out a cycle. So for some of you guys, Spirit's saying, don't give up. You've come this far already. And for others of you, you're on the brink of closing out this cycle that's incredibly burdensome to you, or has been for some time. Star card at the bottom of the deck, needing some healing here. All right. So let's see what message is coming through for you guys. I am doing this reading on the opposite side of my table. So there's kind of like this mirrored image going on here for me as a reader. We're doing readings from the other side of the table today. All right, so the 5 of Cups. This is coming up as a bit of a struggle. I'm going to keep it upright because it's already a bit of a struggle when it's upright. Okay, 8 of Wands. So the 5 of Cups can talk about discontent. I didn't even mean to say that. Wow. For some of you guys, because it's right after the 4 of Cups, right? You are definitely unhappy with how things are or how things have been going. You're focusing very much on what you've lost. The disappointments is what I was trying to say. Disappointments. Maybe a little bit of guilt, a little bit of regret, feeling like you can't get that time back that you have lost. But there's 2 cups still standing here, and Spirit is always saying, in spite of, or in spite of what you've lost, please try to focus on the silver lining. The fact that not everything is lost, or has been lost. Yes, there's things that have disappointed you here that have happened, but try not to dwell on that, because you can't do anything about it anymore. This is the card of crying over spilt milk. Not to sound insensitive, but that's the meaning of the card. But the 2 of Cups is saying this is the hope and faith that someone still has left in regards to love. Whatever it is, you know, don't completely give up. Not all hope is lost. 8 of Wands. So just as you're maybe possibly feeling like you're ready to give up, you have some news coming in here. This could also be forward movement, wanting to see someone, travel towards someone, a job, you know, take it as it resonates. Could be someone coming in to communicate with you or coming towards you. It could talk about travel as well. And then we have, it's messages, passionate messages back and forth as well. And then we have the Death card, card of Scorpio. So someone is definitely deciding to close out a cycle here. That's what I'm getting strongly. At the 9 of Wands, because they're almost at the brink, at the breaking point. Maybe they felt like, you know, if I stick around, things will be made better. But it seems like the cons definitely outweigh the pros at this point. Okay, so let's see what the 5 of Cups is about here. And there's the 10 of Wands. This is someone who has given a situation as much as they can. They have this destination in mind. This is where they want to get to, this castle in the sky, the castle at the top of the hill. And they're realizing that they cannot possibly get there with all these wands on their shoulder. They're going to have to drop these heavy burdens if they want to get to this destination here. You may have felt like the 2 of you, if this is a relationship, maybe the 2 of you were trying to get to this destination point, whether this is marriage or children or just, you know, the dreams that you guys had as a couple, especially if you wanted to, I'm hearing build an empire with them. But I feel like someone here has put in a lot of work and it just was not, you know, it wasn't being reciprocated, or they just felt like they were carrying the brunt of the load completely on their own here. Could be dealing with a Virgo, or you could be a Virgo or have it in your chart. So what are these messages about here with the 8 of Wands? Because this could just be someone communicating that they no longer want to be in this situation anymore. The Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords. Wow, this is saying, this is definitely about communication, saying that I want to move forward now. I want things to start moving in my favor. And I cannot get to this Wheel of Fortune. I cannot get to this castle in the sky with all these heavy burdens on my back. I've tried. You know, I've tried, given it all that I could. It's not working. I feel depleted, and it's just, it's not for me. Someone's realizing that they need to be somewhere else, because the Wheel of Fortune is a card of destiny and karma, right? It's also, you know, what goes around comes around, karma. But it's also the wheel moving forward in your favor. So someone here is being rerouted to where they're supposed to be, because this is also divine timing. And this is where you're being pushed to be right now, on the path that is meant for you. And someone here has got incredible, I want to say foresight, but also just seeing things from a bird's eye view, seeing things from a higher perspective here. This is mental clarity as well. And that's them realizing, this is the realization, the aha moment, the epiphany of, I know what I have to do. And unfortunately, for a lot of you guys, you're deciding to put an end to something here. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be a job, like I said, a friendship. And it's going to require some strength here. But I feel like more than anything, someone here is standing in their strength. Because this is not a very easy decision to make. This is someone who has put in the work. This isn't someone who's giving up too soon. This could have been someone who was holding on for such a long time because they just felt like it was the right thing to do, or they had a dream, a vision, and they're realizing that it's just not feasible with, you know, who they're with or in the situation they're in. It's just not going to get them to that that I'm just being really drawn to this castle in the sky, this dream and this vision for someone's future. For some of you guys, you're dropping a partner or someone who you thought was going to be a team player, someone who you thought you were going to be successful with. Because this is someone who has big dreams. This is someone who's very ambitious. And I could be also talking to some Leos out there who have big dreams and who are willing to put in the work, but they're realizing that they're probably better off going it alone, because working with these other people is just weighing them down, especially because they might be the person who kind of spearheaded this entire idea, or it's their vision. I feel like I'm speaking to the person whose vision this is, and everyone else just kind of like went along with it, you know. I dream of us being married with children. Oh, that sounds great. Let's do that. I dream of us, you know, having a big house and, you know, going on trips around the world. Oh, that sounds great. Let's do that. But then realizing that they're the only one who is pushing this whole thing forward. Here's the Four of Cups. There's the discontentment that I was talking about. Someone is incredibly bored. Things are not moving forward. And someone's making a final decision here. For some of you guys, it could be divorce, contracts, legal documents, right? Like we were talking about partnerships. Someone's definitely making this decision, though. And then we have the Fool at the bottom of the deck, starting a brand new journey, which makes perfect sense. You drop the heavy burdens and you make room for a brand new beginning. Close out cycles that no longer serve you, especially with the World card crowning your reading, and allow yourself the freedom to go in any direction. Just realize you have the Four of Cups coming through twice here. It's also crowning your reading. All right. And then I see success and victory at the bottom of the deck. And this is where I feel like you are going to be receiving the accolades. Job well done, but it's also like finally people are going to see that it was all coming from you. The ideas were coming from you. The effort was coming from you, right? Someone who's in this energy, anybody looks good next to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like anybody who stands next to you benefit from this attention, this success here. But you need to make sure that you have the right people around you. You know? You also want to make sure that you're getting credit for your work. People know that this is only moving forward because you're behind it. Especially if this has to do with work, finances, and marriage, because you have the King of Pentacles. He is the provider, the father, the husband, the boss, the CEO. He only wants to invest his Ace of Pentacles into something that he can see growing long term into the Ten of Pentacles. But there was something here that was a heavy burden. He invested in something that he thought was going to be very successful here. He had a lot of belief in it. But it was nothing but heavy burdens. And here, this usually talks about equal give and take, but I feel like this person was investing in the wrong people. See how this person's being breadcrumbed? They're just getting a little bit here. Moving forward, you want equal give and take. You want everything to be fair and balanced here. Two cards of balance. Two cards of restoration with the Temperance card. Could also be talking to a Sagittarius. Fire definitely coming through in this reading. There's the Ace of Swords again and the Hierophant. Yeah, knowing the truth about this job or marriage, relationship. And for a long time, what they weren't communicating here, what was hidden, was the fact that they were the only one here who was putting in the work. This is someone who's standing up for themselves. So this is someone who, you know, goes from not communicating what they're feeling, which is, this is a heavy burden on me, you know. They tried to be as strong as they could for as long as they could, and they held it down. They didn't say anything, and now they're standing up for themselves. And here, this is someone who's defending, you know, what they believe in, but it's also fighting off the naysayers and people who might not be on the same page. I just hear someone saying enough. Like they go from keeping it to themselves to standing up and saying, look, enough is enough. I need to say this with the communication here. I need to say this. I need to get this off my back. And the Eight of Wands there. The Lovers and the Magician and the Nine of Pentacles. A choice in love between lovers, or a choice made from the heart. Taking charge of their life and becoming single. Investing in themselves. With the King of Pentacles, investing in themselves. Knowing that they are abundant all on their own. They don't need anyone. So you're going from this partnership, whether again it's job, career, right, or relationship, whatever it is, and you're moving on your own. You're going solo, filling your own cup. And in terms of love and moving forward, you're definitely going to be thinking, you're going to be taking your time in regards to new partnerships, you know, in regards to work or love. You'll be really considering any love offers that come in, or you'll be very careful with what love offers you make. You'll be very careful, you know, taking your time and pausing and really thinking, is this really worth investing in? Which is good. You gain that mental clarity, right? We learn. Sometimes we learn the hard way. Sometimes, you know, we take the long way. As long as you get there, you get to that point of realization and you stop giving to a situation that's not able to give you back in return, then, you know, you've learned what you needed to learn. Let's get you some advice from the Angel deck. I'm a little slow this morning because I never do readings this early. It's like 9:30 in the morning. My brain's like, all right. I did mention Virgo. Virgo's back out again. So we have the Knight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and that's why we saw Temperance. An invitation to a social event. It also says emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. The Knight of Cups. Moving forward toward the things that you feel give you immense emotion, happy emotions. So I do see you getting back on your feet with that. I just feel you becoming very free, because we did see the Fool card. You go from the Ten of Wands to the Fool, ultimately in the end. And behind the Fool, we have the King of Pentacles again. I really feel like I'm speaking to a masculine, and I'm speaking to someone who's either a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or just someone who is very, you know, they go after what they want, and they're very careful about what they invest in, and they really care to invest in something long term. This is not someone who's flighty. This is someone who's willing to put in the work. Even if it is burdensome, they understand that nothing good comes easy, right? Okay. Then you have the Five of Swords. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation and review everyone's motives. And what I'm getting from this is you might be looking at the choice that you made to work with this person, to build with this person, to get with this person, whatever your situation is. And you're realizing that that was an unwise choice. Don't beat yourself up over this. Just learn what you can from the situation. And this is kind of lending to the energy of the Five of Cups, where instead of focusing on the things that went wrong, the things that you've lost, or the things that you've lost, including time, money, you know, energy, emotions, just focus on what you still have. What you have now is the knowledge to know right from wrong moving forward, right? And review everyone's motives. This is talking about what I just said with the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, where moving forward, you're going to be thinking very methodically, very careful, because that pentacle energy is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You know, it's paying attention to detail. It's taking your time so that you don't make any mistakes. It's definitely the opposite of being impulsive and going off on a whim. This is really, you know, taking your time to really make a good judgment call. Review everyone's motives. You'll definitely be I don't want to say testing people, but in a sort of way you kind of will. You know, can I trust this person? Can I build with this person? You might need to stop and allow these new people in your life to show you a bit more before you jump into anything with them, before you choose to invest in them in any way, shape, or form. Then the Hermit card here, spend quiet time in quiet meditation. Did I say that? Spend time in quiet meditation. Spiritual teaching and self-discovery. And this is you going within for a little bit. So as you come out of this situation here, you're going to be doing a lot of thinking, and I know you're going to be tempted to kind of beat yourself up. Don't do that. Take what you've learned from the situation and move forward with that. But this is also you going within, connecting with your guides, connecting with spirit, connecting with your higher self. Not everyone who goes into hermit mode goes into this, spiritual awakening, although most of us do, and we don't realize it's a spiritual awakening. But for a lot of us, it just means, not really going out with many people, kind of keeping to yourself, falling off the grid in a certain type of way, going MIA, because sometimes it's necessary, especially if you're coming out of a divorce, right? Or you've lost a little bit of, finances or whatever it is here. It's like you're going within and you're thinking about your next move. So I like that. I like that. All right, that has been, I hope that you resonated with it. I hope that you will take the time to like or even dislike, share, subscribe, and comment wherever you're able to comment. Not all my videos you can place comments on them. I'm working on that. All right, you guys, please stay in Emperor and Empress mode, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.